Who do you think the girl is?
You.
No.
It's not you? That is shocking.
My friend was dating this guy and I had written this song for her, but I had never played it for her, and I'm about to play it for her for the first time and get a reaction. So here we go.
Well, I put makeup on.
All right, step one accomplished.
It's freaking, what does that say? Teal?
Oh, it's fucking teal. So when I streamed on Twitch, that's the term I would say, because
You wouldn't say the real
yeah, because I don't swear anyway. So it's just kind of something I started to say so I could emphasize things, but without swearing. One of my viewers got me that as a gift, which is so cool.
That is cool.
I love it. And teal was like my character in RP, her favorite color.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there something significant with the teal?
I'd always be like, it's fucking teal, because my hair was teal and people would always call it green, my character's hair. It was like a whole inside joke. So how are you? Thank you for doing this.
Work is like insane. You're passionate about this stuff. I want a job I'm freaking passionate about.
Well, hey, I am literally looking for a manager. And your personality, you've always been one of my biggest supporters, biggest fan. It's not paying anything right now, but
I don't really do a lot of Zooms for your work, right? Yeah.
Where did you go?
I've not looked at the lyrics, so I'm gonna read them as you're playing me the song.
Okay, perfect.
Just be normal.
No, not normal. Be Danica. Because Danica, no offense, not really normal, but just be you.
Normal Danica.
Normal Danica. For those that don't know, you're really one of my oldest friends. The people that I would play my songs to when I first wrote a song, and you would be so incredibly supportive because you actually cared about like lyrics.
1000%.
All the stuff an artist cares about. But like you cared about all the details. Like you noticed the details. You noticed the lyrics and you would put things together and you would find the hidden meaning. You almost always like knew who the song was about. Dude, do you remember when you worked at Macro Girl? It was like the vetting process for a guy. It was like, okay, Karen has a new guy. She's bringing in, like, does it pass the friend test? What does Danica think?
Can I know, but is this song about a certain person or we can't know that information?
Well, we are about to find out.
Can I be drinking water? Is that weird?
That is not allowed. This is not sponsored, by the way, by Bubbly, even though it looks good. Is it good?
You can't even see
No,
it.
no, it's blurred out.
Again, brand recognition.
Not sponsored.
You can't even like, no, it's not sponsored.
Not until they sponsor. Hey, next video, maybe there'll be a sponsor and we'll unblur it.
And quick, can I ask a question?
No.
How will this video be used?
Should've, we didn't sign anything, so I have your full exclusive rights to you. No. People are like, but what's the story behind the song? People care about the story behind the song. And I always had mixed feelings about that because for me, when I would fall in love with the song, sometimes when I heard the artist talk about what inspired the song, I didn't relate to that story personally. I still found it interesting, but it almost would affect how I felt about the song. I don't know, and I didn't want to do that to people because if they feel like, oh my gosh, this means everything to me, and then they have a completely different interpretation, I don't want to take that away. I guess people have been saying, no, they're still going to feel how they feel about it, but they still want to know what inspired you to write it. What did you go through, or, what inspired the song? And so you're frozen. Oh, I thought you were frozen. You were like not moving at all. So do me a favor. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it okay.
You gave it up, but it didn't mean a thing. You might hang up, but then it never ever rings. And I could tell you for days, but coming from me, I know it's not the same. And you stayed in because you thought that he might ask. Wasted another weekend living in the past. And I don't mean to be doubtful, but you're getting earful when I hear you say that I gave it all, but he doesn't call. I wish you would stop. When are you gonna wake up? You gonna wake up? He talks about your friends like they're his past regrets, when he's the high school dropout knee deep in debt. But he keeps swiping that card each night at a different bar when it's far too far. Cause I gave it all, but he doesn't call. And I shouldn't talk. When are you gonna wake up? You gonna wake up? Sent to jail for shoplifting 2 months ago. Since then it's been DUIs 8 weeks in a row. Through class in the jail cell phone. When are you gonna wake up? You gonna wake up? Cause I gave it all, but he doesn't call. he doesn't call. And you're gonna fall. When are you gonna wake up? You gonna wake up. 'Cause I gave it all, but he doesn't call. And you're gonna fall. When are you gonna wake up? You gonna wake up. 'Cause I gave it all. Somebody's gotta break, but he doesn't call. Somebody's gotta take, and you're gonna fall. When are you gonna wake up? You gonna wake up. 'Cause I gave it all. Somebody's gotta break, but he doesn't call. Somebody's gotta take, and I'm gonna fall. And am I gonna wake up? I gonna wake up.
Yeah. It's very easy listening. It's very like smooth, calming. And it's interesting because it has a really powerful message, but the lyrics are very powerful, but the actual tempo and like sound of the song is like soothing though. You really gotta like, it's like easy listening, but you gotta kind of listen. What is it saying in there? You know? I really like, I presume the girl, right? The girl, she gave so much. She gave it all, right? And then somebody's gonna break her, right? But he doesn't call, somebody's gonna take. It's just this juxtaposition of like yin and yang. And that's so true about relationships. Like one person I feel like so often is trying harder. And then one's gonna break because they're doing too much. And then one's gonna take, they're not giving enough. You know, they just take. Like I really like the words of that a lot. I really, really like that. The most shocking lyric, DUI is 8 weeks in a row? Who is this? I don't know what this is. That is shocking. That is shocking to me.
I don't know if I should interject or just let you keep going.
No, I don't remember that guy.
Oh,
I don't know him.
so you haven't
That's
heard
crazy.
this song before?
Absolutely not. Isn't this a new, is it a new song or no, it's not?
Okay, so this is what's hilarious. Okay, so I didn't think you had heard it before.
Never had. Yeah, definitely not.
And you don't know who it's about.
No.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
Who do you think the girl is?
You.
No.
It's not you?
Which one of us dated a guy with a million red flags?
Is this about me?
Yeah.
Me?
Can you think of which guy it is?
No, because all the guys I dated have red flags. How can you choose one? Maybe.
Yes.
Well, this is a freaking plot twist.
So I wrote this song when you were dating him. I didn't change the words. And I didn't want to play it for you because I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Hurt your feelings, yeah.
I did not change the lyric. This is from like, what, 15 years ago
This is unbelievable.
when you were dating him. And this is like my letter to you of like what I thought I was seeing happen. So now you need to like hear it again.
What? No, this is mind blowing. All of the songs that you write are usually about you and like your past guys. So I'm like, who's the girl? You. This is a plot twist. I did not know I was brought here to be reminded. It's so rare to really shock me and surprise. This is shock. I had no idea. I'd never heard this song. I dated the guy how long ago? 15 years ago? Whoa, this is crazy. He was in jail for something. It was like drugs or something. He was definitely in jail. What? He was a big drinker and he was a high school dropout and he was in debt. Oh my God. No, this is crazy. You're taking me down memory lane. This is so interesting.
Now is enough time has passed.
15 years? Yeah, you know what? I think it's been long enough now.
Imagine you married him and I'm like, so there's this song that I wrote and I think
God, it's been so long. I'm just a friendly enough guy, charismatic. Just dating wise, no, not good, obviously.
yeah, like that's the worst part. It was like a nice guy on the surface, but then you were telling me all these things. I'm like, hold on, like this is not okay. What do you mean?
Yeah.
He's in debt. What do you mean that he's like stealing this? What do you mean he's in jail? Didn't he steal money from you? Like you loaned him money, just disappeared?
I loaned him money and I made him sign like a thing or whatever. He just never paid me back. He was in jail. Well, here's the good news. The taste in guys has gone up a little bit. In the last 15 years. No, but it's funny. My friends, like how you're saying, when are you going to wake up? Like this guy's not good, red flags. There was one guy in particular I dated up here recently, and all my Sacramento friends say the same stuff that you're saying. But he was a fluke. Like, generally, I date like really, really nice, like stable guys now. Well, stable, I don't know. No, like we've definitely improved. My friends are like, you're too nice. Red flags. He is a walking red flag. Hello? It's like all these feelings you felt 15 years ago. And this guy, same thing. He was a charmer. He seemed like he had a lot going on. He at least had a job and and he had a drinking problem too. And he was in debt. Did he shoplift? Yeah, that sounds right, actually. I forget now. This is crazy. Wow. No, I didn't think this was going to be about me. I figured it'd be about you.
That's why I was like, okay, I have to get your reaction on this one because I want to see, without me saying anything, if you were going to know who it was about.
No, I'm that into denial. I didn't know it was about me. See, that's where...
It was also 15 years ago. Like, I don't think it was even like something you would be thinking about.
You know who I thought it was about? You said I'm allowed to say whatever. You keep saying call. I thought it was that funny time with about the phone call. Because you kept saying call. That's what I immediately thought.
That is one of my favorite and worst stories of all time. I was at the party. That's the worst part again. I was legit at a party.
You were at a house party, then you came home.
But I came home early like a bum. And then I'm on the phone and I'm like, I'm trying to like enjoy myself at the party or something. He's like, then why are you calling me from your parents' house phone or something? And I was like, shit. Most called out embarrassing moment of my life.
There's no way around that either. There's literally no way around it.
No, caller ID from a landline. Oh my gosh.
It's funnier because he wasn't even just like, well, you're calling from your parents' house, you lie. No, it was like, well, then why are you calling your pet?
Yeah, it was the most sarcastic BS comment in the world, literally.
That is so funny. Yeah, your mom.
I feel like I was literally gonna like tell this guy the what for in front of like you and both my parents, and they all heard like me like crap called out, and then I think I was just like, I can't hear you. And it's like you can't save it, like you said. There is no saving that.
And yeah, you made like noises and crinkles and stuff.
Noises and crinkles, still in the house phone, still caller ID. Back to
the
song at hand with the guy at hand. So do you want to like glance back over the lyrics now that you know?
Yeah, I'm looking. That's quite the shocker. That is a plot twist I could have not expected. I had no idea it was going to be about me.
Coming from me, I know it's not the same. You want to give your friend advice, but you feel like it's so easy to give advice, but it's so hard to hear it when it's you. I could tell you literally for days, but it might not make a difference. So that's like partly why I didn't want to say anything at the time. I'm like, I don't want to be like...
So you didn't say anything at the time? Like, hey, I don't know about this guy or...
I feel like very lightly, but you still dated him for quite a while, even with all this stuff. I feel like I was like warning you about it, and then things just kept getting worse. Like it was before he was in jail. Then all of a sudden he's in jail. I'm like, whoa, like what? And then all of a sudden it had said that you had loaned him money and then he like took off. What?
You stayed in because you thought he might ask?
You stayed in just like waiting by the phone because you thought he might ask you out. Then he like wasn't. It's like kind of like attributing to him being wishy-washy.
I remember there was one party I like said he wasn't there and he was like there and doing some like flirty or something.
I remember that.
I think you were with me.
We went to this party and he told you he wasn't there and we ran into him there.
Yeah. He talks about your friends like they're his past regrets. Tell me, what's that line mean?
When you were dating him, you were saying stuff about how he was kind of like bad-mouthing your friends and stuff, not being super...
supportive.
And just like, who was he to talk? Like, he has going on, right? Like,
when he's the one with the real problems. When he's the high school dropout, knee-deep in debt. Yeah. Yeah, and he had a lot of credit card debt. He would go out, he would drink, he'd like to buy nice things. He like dressed really nice. Different bar. Yep, big drinker. I barely drank back then. I barely drank.
Like, I know like you guys have chemistry, but is it worth all this?
My mom was always like, why are you with that guy? Like, that's terrible. Yeah. Shoplifting, DUIs. You're really going to laugh at this. I don't care who the guy was. I don't care if he's the most rough around the edges or I don't care who it is. This 6'2", big guy who was in jail. I still refer to him with my little pet names and he was into it. So he's in jail and I'm writing to him, my little turtle boy. And he like loved that crap. I don't know. That's funny. Like dating a freaking ex-criminal and I'm like, oh, my little turtle boy. I don't care who it is. I've always done those silly, weird noises with anybody.
But I feel like that's exactly how it is in a relationship though, right? You're looking past all the stuff, no matter how bad it is, because you have a connection with someone. You have these cute little things that are so hard to let go of. And when it's good, it's good. And like those things are what you end up holding on to.
You hold on to the little cute stuff.
Yes, way longer than maybe even should, because when it's only that part like you're seeing and thinking of, then it's great. And then you can almost like look past all this stuff. Until what I say about how far is too far. Like, when does it shift where the cute stuff is more annoying now because of all the stuff you're dealing with? And thank God you didn't marry that guy. And now his debt's your debt. And you're drowning in all the problems like he had. And
random thing, I don't know if this is on purpose, it seems like it is, but I like that it goes somebody's gonna break and then it goes to somebody's gotta break.
You notice the little details.
I like that. I really like that. Because then it's a slight little change. Like somebody's gonna break, somebody's gotta break. I like it's a little different. The entire song, you're talking, the chorus normally says, because I gave it all, somebody's got to break, but he doesn't call. And then it's almost like, like you're talking to me in the second half of the chorus. Like, when are you going to wake up? Or am I asking myself? I don't know. It's either split half, like, because it's saying, I gave it all, he doesn't call. And then I'm talking, it's probably I'm talking to myself, and you're going to fall. When are you going to wake up? You're going to wake up, like looking in or something. But then at the end, it's almost like you finally get it. When am I going to fall? When am I going to wake up? Then it's me now. I'm talking not you, it's me. You know what I mean? I finally get it. I finally realize it.
You're totally spot on. Because in the first chorus, if you notice, it's in quotes. Because I'm quoting you, basically. Because I'm saying, because I gave it all, but he doesn't call. I'm basically saying what you're saying. But I also say, and I shouldn't talk. Because I shouldn't talk. But you're right. And then it's like, you're kind of like talking to yourself, when am I going to wake up? And then at the end, I'm talking to myself like, and I'm going to fall, when am I going to wake up? Like, as if I'm probably going through the same thing and I'm blind to it in my own relationship.
Okay.
But I love how you can interpret it in completely different ways, depending on if you're singing to yourself, you're singing to somebody else, or...
Yeah, because I gave it all, but he doesn't call, I'm going to fall. When am I going to wake up? It's like throughout, it's like a back and forth conversation of you and the friend, like you and me talking, or me and myself, like battling with like what's happening and what am I going to do about it. But then at the end, it's all unified. It's all clear. I gave it all. He doesn't call. I'm going to fall. When am I going to wake up? I gonna wake up, you know? We need a part 2 to this. We need a part 2 to this
15 years
song.
later.
15 years later. Something I'm missing in the song is more of the riff. I like in most of your songs at the end, you kind of change you do more riffs with your vocal pattern.
Remember how at the very beginning you were saying it's kind of like easy listening and you have to hear the deeper meaning? It's kind of intentional because I don't really want to give away like how honest the song really is. So it's kind of like, oh, like, wait a minute, what is she telling me actually? But this song doesn't have a lot of what you're saying, like up and down with my voice. Sometimes I'll either, like you said, change up the melody at the end, or this song was always one that was very harmony focused. There's like 10 different harmonies in the final chorus. Like,
it does sound clean and like blended for sure. I just love your voice so much that I'm used to hearing.
You can hear the harmonies coming here.
Yeah. I did not hear that at all the first time. I want to hear it again. I like that the tempo's get a little faster. Yeah, we start slower. And whoa, like here's what he did. It's very vague and it's like, if you don't get it, like let me help you. I like the wake up. Yeah. There you are. When are you? No, we have so much more to talk about. This is what's no. This I did not get the first time. I don't know if this was intentional, but I know you, so it probably was. Why did it get quieter in the last chorus? It got quieter. Yeah, because self-reflection. Hello. This is what separates. This is the kind of stylistic elements that are like very exciting. It's almost like it comes down so then you can really hear yourself like say it out loud. You're making a plan. It literally got quieter. No, that's really, you very clearly, when am I going to wake up? All the background noise, all the bells and whistles, it's going away. You have a clear head, a space to just think about it. I love that it gets quieter. I really, really like that.
Those are all the details in production that an artist literally agonizes over. They're like, probably no one's going to notice this. And of course, you notice the details. You described it literally perfectly, because that's like the moment, like I said, where it switches. I'm trying to give her this advice, but when am I going to wake up? Because I'm probably going through the same thing. Or like you said, finally having that self-reflection moment.
Either way, it's a conversation between two people and one's not getting it yet. It's either like, could be interpreted as like your head and your heart. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what I should do. And you're like fighting with yourself over it. Or it's your friend and you, and you're like, I don't know. But at the end, it's clear. It's one voice heard clearly. And it's, when am I going to wake up? I gonna wake up. You know what I mean? Now, it sounds like it was intentional, but with the gonna and the gotta.
Choruses usually are the same. They're almost always the same. Verses change, but a chorus usually is the same lyrics every time.
Exactly,
but
yeah.
I always kept the same melody, but I I loved tweaking it just a little bit.
I think that's gives more variety.
And I feel like it takes you on a journey because I always kind of felt like a song should be like a movie, it has this arc that you go on. And so I always wrote my songs with, you start in one place and you end in another. Especially with this song, like you said, when you were talking about how it's like a give and a take and a push and pull in a relationship. And sometimes you gotta break and sometimes you're gonna break. Sometimes it's a choice and sometimes it's literally just inevitable because of the dynamics in the relationship.
Yeah. And I'm gonna fall. When am I gonna wake up? I gotta wake up.
Yeah.
Like
you
an
can
end
do that
sentence
too.
of yes, I've realized. And you want a song to progress. You don't want the same problem the whole time. You want some resolution. Like, yeah, we had this struggle, but I realized, yeah, he is the one for me. Or you know what? Girl power, I'm leaving. You want some progression. I like that it's vague. It's like, okay, like there's some problems. And then you're like, all right. Are there problems? What are they? Well, he went to jail and had 8 weeks. It's just like, whoa. The peak of the song, like, okay, we have some actual evidence now. I'm not getting through to you. Let me try a little harder now. Gonna wake up. Are you, buddy? And then it's just like we're fading down. It's like, yeah, okay. I gotta wake up, Now, what's the title of the song?
Wake Up.
Oh, hi. Yeah. When am I gonna wake up after we break up?
This is like deep in our lore, like 15 years ago, and you never heard it. I always wanted to play it for you, but I just felt like I couldn't at the time. You're so over this guy, we could laugh about it now, but
I wouldn't have been mad at you about it. I think I would have appreciated it back then, even if I wasn't ready to make the change, for sure. Someone cares enough about you to write a freaking song. How are you gonna be like, bad friend, just spent hours thinking of trying to help me and put it to a freaking melody that sounds great? No, that's actually a really good friend, Well, the song title torn between Wake Up or Make Your Mark.
Good thing he didn't leave a mark.
Whoa, yeah, that'd be bad.
But it's funny, you knew exactly who it was though.
When you said jail, yeah, jail, absolutely.
That was the only guy you dated that went to jail, right?
So yeah, I haven't dated anyone that's been in jail to my knowledge since then.
To my knowledge.
Have you played it for anyone else? Like your family?
They knew about it way back when.
So you told them I wrote this song about Danica years ago. They knew
they knew about it years ago. I think it was my mom who had the idea that was like, you should play it for Danica, get her reaction.
Here's the thing. I really care. I'm genuine, but also I get excitable. And I do find a lot of the times, like I'm picking up what you're putting down, like how it got quieter and then the slight change. I'm detail oriented. It's not just like, that's good. No, I'm really in depth with it. I love this stuff. I love watching reaction videos, but I've never been in one. This is fun. This is really fun.
What would you tell your past self dating right now?
Like, don't do it. Don't even go down there. Like at the first sign of a red flag, like, nah. Like,
not worth
walk
it.
away. Life's too short. Focus on you. But like, if my friend was dating someone like that, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. You deserve better. You know what I mean? But it's hard when you're in it. So even though this is an old song, you're releasing it.
Yeah, I had never had it professionally recorded. I'm always working with new producers. Everybody brings something to the table, but I still have yet to find like that one producer I feel like I just click with musically. Like you said, all those little details. That's something that I always have had in my head for my music. Like when I write a song, like I know how I actually want the production to sound like. And so it's a matter of me making a demo in Logic and then sharing that with the producer and then going through every step of the way. And long story short, when I work with a new producer, that's kind of what I've been doing is I'm testing like an old songs I'm still very much invested in. But if they do good with that, then it's like, okay, well, hopefully my writing's even gotten better as I've progressed, right, over the years. Let's hope anyway. Okay, well then do I trust them with like a new song?
You don't have like one producer you're always working with right now.
No.
You kind of change it up a little bit. Was your voice on this though? Was it recorded a long time ago or recent?
It's new vocals. Something I kind of did like a little promise to myself. I wanted my mindset to be the exact same as it was when I wrote it. So the lyrics are exactly how I wrote them 15 plus years ago, but I recorded the vocals fresh and the production's fresh. The harmonies are the original harmonies. It's always like a give and a take. You want it to sound more professional, but you almost lose something a little bit. And like that's why I'm always trying to try out new producers because I'm hoping to find somebody that can make it sound professional, but it doesn't lose the emotion, doesn't lose like that raw aspect. It's just they're able to capture it in better quality.
Have you done these React videos before?
Just reacting to my own stuff because somebody on YouTube reacted to one of my videos and then I reacted to that.
Some of your newer lyrics, it's like, whoa, we're getting deep. We gotta find him. We gotta follow him on the socials and see what happened.
Oh my gosh. Part 2 does not end with you dating him again.
Reunited.